Kris Boyd explodes on the board, slamming the men in charge and calling the managerial hunt an utter embarrassment. Findlay Curtis is primed to prove why he deserves to start, ahead of loanees who've done nothing but flatter to deceive. Meanwhile, Peter Crowch reveals the terrifying truth about Muscat's dark past on the pitch, while Barry Ferguson defends him as the perfect warrior to lead Rangers back to glory. And John Souttar, he's not holding back, brutally honest, totally fed up, and exposing the full extent of the disaster under Russell Martin. This isn't just another news roundup. This is the storm before the resurrection. It's another day in the circus tent, and once again, the clowns running the show at Ibrox have found themselves front and center, not for brilliance, but for blunders. You've watched the manager hunt unfold like a dodgy Saturday night pub quiz. Too many wrong answers, and the folk running it not quite sure what question they're even answering. With Russell Martin punted in early October and Gerrard's much-hyped return collapsing faster than a Celtic title challenge in Europe, we're still sitting here with no official announcement, just rumors, crossed fingers, and a lot of shaking heads. Kevin Muscat is now looking like the one fella left standing. The Aussie hardman is tipped to take over later in November, but nothing's been confirmed yet. And while he may bring the bite and tactical news we've sorely missed, the journey to get here has been nothing short of embarrassing. Kris Boyd, never one to mince his words, has absolutely torched the Rangers hierarchy. He's called out Andrew Cavenagh and Paraag Marathe for bungling the entire process, accusing them of indecision, public embarrassment, and a complete lack of leadership. Boyd even laid into Patrick Stewart and Kevin Thelwell, who apparently had a hand in Martin's disastrous appointment, saying if they weren't embarrassed by that now infamous club statement, then they ought to be. And let's be honest, you probably are too. We've gone from Gerrard hype to Muscat maybe, to a caretaker in Stephen Smith taking charge against Dundee United. This club, your club, deserves leadership with vision and decisiveness, not a strategy board playing managerial roulette. If Muscat really is the last man standing, should you even be celebrating his arrival or questioning why everyone else turned Rangers down in the first place? Peter Crowch, yes, that Peter Crowch said it best when he admitted that Muscat genuinely scared him on the pitch. When most players threatened to break your legs, you laughed it off. When Muscat said it, you believed every word. That's the kind of intensity he brought to every match. 123 yellow cards, 12 reds, and a legacy built on bone-rattling tackles and an unrelenting will to win. But hold on, because there's more to the man than just fire and fury. Barry Ferguson, who shared lifts to training with Muskie back in the day, remembers a totally different character off the park, a down-to-earth, loyal, funny family man with the mentality of a warrior and the soul of a teammate you'd go into battle with. That's what makes him so dangerous now. He's not just a hothead, he's smart, he's experienced, and he gets Rangers. He's lifted trophies in Japan and China, bounced back from a tough spell in Belgium, and now he's arriving at Ibrox with the kind of pedigree our club desperately needs. And unlike the parade of managers who've tried to learn the culture, Muscat lived it. He knows the pressure, the expectation, the unrelenting demand to win every single match. He's not just coming in to manage, he's coming back home. But don't kid yourself, this won't be a holiday camp for the squad. The days of jogging through training sessions and hiding in games are over. You can be sure the likes of Muscat will be breathing fire into anyone who doesn't pull their weight. And from what we've heard, there are plenty in that dressing room who should already be nervous. He's the type who'll scream in your face one minute and lift you the next, but only if you've earned it. The question isn't whether Muscat will be intense enough, it's whether this current group of Rangers players has the stomach for it. And here's the bombshell for you. If some of them can't handle Muscat's fire, would you rather see them gone than have the manager go soft to keep? There's a golden window swinging wide open at Ibrox, and one name should be stamped right through it: Findlay Curtis. As the managerial merry-go-round finally slows down and Kevin Muscat edges closer to officially being named as the next Rangers boss, one young lad could make a statement before the Aussie even steps foot in the dugout. Curtis, the homegrown winger who lit up early European nights with goals against Panathinaikos and St Mirren, looks set to start under interim gaffer Stephen Smith against Dundee United. And frankly, it's long overdue. You've barely seen him on the pitch since July, with just 35 minutes of Premiership football to his name. Yet, despite making the difference when it mattered, he's been benched in favour of Mikey Moore, a Tottenham loanee who's offered more hype than end product. It's a head-scratcher, especially when the lad who's bled Rangers colours through the academy system is left watching from the sidelines. Now here comes Smith, someone who's worked with Curtis at youth level, stepping into the first-team role. That connection could be key, and if he gives Curtis the nod, it could be the moment that shifts the pecking order for good. Because if Muscat's watching, and you know he is, then this is a rare chance to steal the spotlight before the new regime begins. It goes deeper than club selection too. Ally McCoist wasn't wrong when he slammed the lack of top-class Scottish talent being backed properly. Curtis just got snubbed by the Scotland youth setup for a winger playing in League Two. What message does that send to the lad, or to any other talented youngster coming through at Rangers if Muscat benches Findlay Curtis once he arrives just to keep giving chances to loanees like Mikey Moore? Should you even back the new manager at all? You can hear the weariness in John Souttar's voice, and if you're honest, you probably feel the same. The centre-back, now just 8 months from the end of his contract, has delivered one of the most brutally honest assessments of the state of things at Ibrox in years. 4 managers in 4 years, 1 League Cup to show for it, false dawns, empty promises, and another crisis to add to the collection. And now, with Russell Martin shown the door, Souttar says this has been the lowest point yet in his Rangers career. It's a tough listen, but at least he's not hiding. He admits the players have let you down. He knows the performances have been nowhere near the standard you expect. Forget fancy systems and modern philosophies. If you're not winning matches, it doesn't matter how pretty it looks on the training pitch. Martin's unique style might have tickled a few midfielders, but it never delivered where it counts on a Saturday afternoon. Souttar doesn't sugarcoat it. He says the blame isn't just on Martin, it's on the players who took the pitch and failed to deliver. Attack, defense, on the ball, off it, every department has come up short. He's not asking for sympathy, he's calling for accountability. The mood around the club has shifted from cautious optimism to outright dread, especially with massive matches looming domestically in Europe and the semi-final against that lot from the East End. With Muscat still potentially weeks away from arriving, it'll be Stephen Smith trying to stop the bleeding. In the meantime, it's far from ideal. Souttar wants stability, you want results, and now more than ever, everyone inside that dressing room has to prove they've got the fight to play for the badge on their chest, not just talk about it in post-match interviews. If these same players are already admitting they failed under the last 4 managers, how many more bosses do they get to hide behind before you start demanding? The clear-out begins with them. Drop your thoughts in the comments and smash that like button to support the channel. I bring you Rangers news every single day. Catch you in the next one.